You were saying?
Like I left the green bin out here, so obviously that was my fault. He was into it, tore it apart. He's left some tears in my grass up all the way around. He's knocked the wire fence over up here. Now there's marks on my door, and these weren't there before, and I'm assuming they're not very big or anything, and it just kind of looks like he was scratching. But my garbage can is really bad. As I said, the garbage can was my own fault. The door had nothing to do with it. There was a pile of bear crap here, but the police stepped in it and took it away as evidence on his feet. I kind of came out and scooped up the rest. He got hung up on the fence trying to get over. I've tried pulling it back up, but it's going to have to be replaced with bigger fencing. Because his claws were stuck right in it. So my garbage I keep in a fenced yard. There's no way they can get to it. Unfortunately, I have lots of deer bed down in here. I've had a deer give birth here in my yard this summer, but I haven't.
These are fruit trees, right?
This is a plum. Good question. I think this is a plum tree.
Plum, see right here?
I have 2 plum trees in the yard. But I've just moved into the house. I wasn't aware that what this was. Actually, my landlady told me just about 3 days ago that I had plum trees.
Right.
So I had no clue. I've been away all summer.
Well, there's something for next year, because this is definitely an attractant to the bears.
Yeah. I'd actually like to cut some of the branches down, and so they're not so big, and I'd like to take a couple of trees out personally.
Well, if you leave it long enough, what will happen is the bear will take branches down for you. They've done that to our plum tree. Yeah.
Okay. So, other than that, my neighbor feeds the animals. He's got buckets out the back door. He feeds them out his backyard. Right out his door, he hand feeds them. We've taken pictures of him hand feeding them, just so I'd have proof when it comes to complaining to the city. So I've had raccoon problems in the backyard because they can get through the fence. I have children that play in the backyard, which worries me.
And even though you're on a relatively busy street, this is one of the arteries into downtown.
It is.
You still have an issue with wildlife.
I do.
Yeah. So maybe you could show me where you have your garbage and stuff like that. So.
There's bear crap there. There's lots of deer crap in the yard, so just watch where you're stepping. My green bin is usually kept here, but like I said the other day, it was out front. He was very smart. He sat here and clawed it. Then he figured out how to unlatch it and open it.
And you have a plastic liner as well as a paper liner.
I do. And the smell, actually, having the plastic in there does help seal it a bit more at the top. And the garbage guy doesn't seem to mind because it doesn't come out when he empties it.
Okay.
And then when it gets too dirty, I take it out and change it and put it into a garbage bag for him to take away. And the rest of my garbage is actually kept in my porch. So if they figure out how to get into the backyard, I could be in trouble, but I'd be in even bigger trouble if they figured out how to get into my porch.
Yeah.
And I do have 2 screen doors, but they're both latched at night.
So, I mean, I can see how with your backyard, really nothing bigger than a raccoon's going to get in here, or a cat, or a dog, small dog.
You can see the buckets in his yard there. He's got little buckets there for the deer and the raccoons to feed. I actually have pictures through the netting of the animals. I don't know.
And it's a wide open backyard, so yeah.
He actually opens his door and feeds them right out of his hands.